It's happening, boys! Starting from the next top 10 episode, I will be accepting submissions from all Souls games. This has been literally one of the most requested ideas. If you knew, basically every time a new Souls game came out, I switched the top 10s I was doing for that game to cover each sequel. But now, I'm going to be accepting submissions from Dark Souls 1, 2, and of course 3. Why not? All the individual Souls games have pretty big fan bases and many differences between them, so let's include them all. That's the big news. That'll be starting in the next top 10. But for now, let's crack on with some sneaky sneak attacks. Starting off at number 10 with a bit of an emotional story. Yeah, you'll see what I mean shortly. First of all, here is Sir Stabilo invading in the first area of the Ring City DLC. He spies the host and his party outside the church, and then, terrifyingly, they follow him in, and so he crouches down and hides at the very last second. Right, now one of the summons is carelessly coming closer, destroying pews, and it looks like he's going to get discovered. You know when your opponent turns their camera view away from you just at the perfect second? I think that's what happened here, but there's more stealthy close shaves to be had. They break the wall, forming a bridge to continue, but Sir Stabilo sprints down the bridge first and ends up at the big drop, where it turns out at the bottom you can hide. Oh, they're so oblivious. This is great. So basically, he tracks their progress throughout the whole level, like a shadow. And eventually he's circled round them and taken up position at the entrance to the boss arena. I've cut out like 10 minutes. He was tracking them for a while. But this is really cool. It's almost like a secret assassination mission, which I totally think should be a game mode in Dark Souls now I think about it. Anyway, all we have to do now is wait for the poor victims. What we all actually wanted to happen there was this. Introducing Dark Souls Jeff. Yes, that's how you do it. And he's dressed up as Maldron the Assassin, which makes this 10 times better. Right, now we all understand what type of sneaky kills we're looking for. Here is Leigh Peterson at number 9. Oh hey, didn't see you there. He's just practically invisible, using the hidden body sorcery. Wow, that was clean. You can't really ask for a more efficient kill, can you? Talk about expending the least amount of effort. Also turns out it was Solaire all along, so praise the sneaky attacks. Sano Productions is running through the Grand Archives when his reaction times are put to the test. He runs onto the elevator only to find that it's already been called up by someone. Just like the last submission, I think that Invader got jump scared. Squashed like a pancake. I like how he had all these plans to be stealthy as well, with hidden body invisibility, but still had to adjust his plans at the last second anyway. Number 7. I love this one because I love seeing the messages opponents send to each other. The Dark Messiah has left some items for his opponent. High above, he's perched with a great bow, while the Invader suspiciously checks out the trap he set up. Aha! I was gonna say, surely people don't fall for this sort of stuff anymore. So his opponent messaged him about this. He wasn't born yesterday, he knows what's up.
Headshot.
Lads, I think curiosity is a much stronger emotion than we realise. Number 6, Steel Dash has invaded in the Archdragon Peak, and oh, he's gone. There's a couple of places in certain levels where you can lie down and be completely covered by the terrain. Aside from the swamp areas, this is probably the most well-known place to do that. That was the host's NPC summon, Hawkwood, who entered the area and then got quickly put down. That of course ends up frightening the host, who couldn't see how his summon died, so he places some items just past where he'll be hiding as bait, and retakes his hiding position, waits for him to come back. That was ridiculously smooth. Wow. He even basically stubbed his toe on him, but even then didn't realise that the threat came from below. Definitely try and remember that trick anytime you're in this area for the future. Number 5. You can instantly see where this one is going, can't you really? Talk about jump scares and surprise attacks. Here we go. You know what I love most about that? It looked like it was going to be the sweetest sneak attack. It just simple, blast him off the roof when he comes around the pillar, but instead, it ended up being the most awkward, clumsiest takedown. Because he blocked the arrow with his shield, then got slapped off with a dagger. Invader tries to plunge him, but completely misses and bounces off the roof, and then the host just slips off anyway. Poetry in action, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, number 4. Sometimes in this game, you've got to get away from all the death and destruction, you know? Everyone needs some time to just meditate in the mountains. Right, that's enough for now. Some guy has invaded in the painted world of Ariandel, and he's safely surveying the area from this ladder. Targets acquired, 1 Sunbro, 1 host. Very nice. Number 3 features this invader following a host and his white summon through the Arathor dungeons. Now basically, he runs from the room with the jailers, past these two, back down the level. Now this is interesting, because the pair do what they should do, really, and ignore him and they carry on. You generally don't want to follow an invader back through a level because it often means they're leading you to an ambush. In this case, it gets more intriguing though, as this invader just keeps going, running further and further away from them while they carry on forwards. Okay, that's blown my mind a little bit, to be honest. I had no idea that jump was there. Apparently you need to be under 30% weight capacity so that you roll far enough to land on that tiny sticking out platform. And that pretty much bypasses the whole level and leaves him just above the path down to the profaned capital. Look how happy and content that host was, not even with his summon at the time. What a fatal mistake. Should have never let your guard down. Not in this game. Now we have I'm Execute invading in the untended graves, and he's doing the stretch out gesture where you lay down in the water. We mentioned earlier that swamp water-filled areas are great for this because thankfully in Dark Souls breathing underwater is convoluted. However, he starts dropping prism stones, getting a nice shiny pile of them, and let the sneaks begin. Man, it ended in a stalemate. But I think in this case, we can safely give the invader the win for creativity. Plus, he actually ended up killing that unfortunate Dark Moon as well. How tense was this moment though? To think he was under their noses the whole time. It's like Jaws. Number 1 is incredible. The literal perfect clip for this topic. It's Comrade, and he's doing something he's famous for. So those long-time OG subscribers may have an idea of what I'm talking about. We're in the Arathor Cathedral area. Comrade's invaded as a starving dragon. We can see he's against a team of 3, a host and a white summon and a Sunbro. There's a point where he's doing something, and he gets interrupted. Surprise, Blue Aldrich faithful. Somehow, and I can barely believe this, the Blue Phantom doesn't mess things up and actually understands that he's trying to do something clever. So he ends up having to trust that this Blue Phantom won't ruin things. He's set up his items, and now I guess we'll have to see what the rest of his plan involves.
Make the ground shake.
And to top it all off is that Blue Phantom's reaction. Definitely just had the best invasion of his life, didn't he? Right everyone, let's talk about the next episode because it will be very different. As I said in the beginning, I'm opening up submissions to both Dark Souls 1 and 2 as well as 3. So with that in mind, next episode will be top 10 hackers, for lack of a better term. I want to see anything to do with modding, save editing, stuff like that. And what I mean is, either you encountering someone who's cheating and you beating them, that'd be good. Like the good old Dark Souls 1 days, you know. Sometimes you find funny people doing funny things with mods. I want it to be as light-hearted as possible, so please be very descriptive and tell me all about what's going on, because I don't know that much about the modding side of things. Cool. Thanks very much for watching and submitting your clips, everyone. Hope you're excited for the next episode, and I'll see you later.